So hello everyone. I have a question. Does anyone in this room know who is this? Put your hands up if you know. One, two. We'll have the room maybe. So this is Cristiano Ronaldo, and he is the most popular person in the whole world. You can open up Instagram right now. He has the most amount of subscribers, more than Kim Kardashian, more than The Rock. I know Kevin Hart. I know was the popular American celebrities. He's the biggest influencer, and he's #1 player in the world in soccer. Actually, do you know that you're the only one who's calling it actually soccer, because we call it football? I'm sorry, but this is true. We call American football in Europe, because I'm from Ukraine actually, if someone didn't know. So we call it football. Today I'm going to talk about why I chose him, like Ronaldo influence on the world and me. I was living in Spain for 2 years in Barcelona. Well, it was really it was a lot of problems to be a fan of Cristiano Ronaldo in Barcelona, because he's the biggest opponent of a football club there. If you go to Wikipedia, it's going to say Cristiano Ronaldo dos Santos Aveiro is a Portuguese professional football player who plays as a forward for and captain both Saudi Pro League club Al Nassr and the Portugal national team. He's from Portugal. How to explain to you? I was doing the research on this, but I want to ask you. So, do you have this thing when really strong player, I don't know, in football or baseball or like I don't know, golf maybe, if he's really strong player and he plays on a high level for like 10, 15 years, right? And then he goes down. He's really popular because he was playing for 20 years. He has a big brand. He has the name. And then a club from I don't know, from Saudi Arabia, for example, or other countries want to buy him to make name on it, and be popular. That's a thing. Like, or just play in some club lower level, but they have a lot of salary because they want this name and have more sales for T-shirt for the brand that he's there. I don't know if you know it. Like, I don't know if you have. We have it in soccer. So when a person, Cristiano Ronaldo right now, he's 39 years old. In football, the career is already ended. So in 35, 33 years old, it's bye-bye already. It's another career. But in Ronaldo, he's 39 and he's playing he went to Saudi Arabia. So it's really interesting story because never anyone experienced it. It's because of his work ethic and I don't know, talent and the way how he just does things. So let me show more. Yeah, because he's Paris, his education and success. So imagine if when he went to Saudi Arabia when he was 35, everyone thought his career ends already because he's already 35, he's ended, he has a lot of money, he went for his salary is over $1 billion over $1 billion I think in 3 years he gets. So he can just lay there and do nothing. But that thing that he did in one season, this season that he played, from 60 games he played, he scored 60 goals. He scored more goals than anyone in England, Spain, and any other country in the world when he's 39. This is amazing because everyone thought he's ended, but he didn't. So he was still playing. So I saw him in real life. I don't know if you know, if someone watches soccer, they know it. It's El Clásico. It's a Spanish, when two biggest Spanish teams play versus each other, Barcelona and Real Madrid. And this is the biggest derby. I don't know if you can call it derby. So you play versus biggest team in the country. And it was in Barcelona, it was in Camp Nou. And he scored the most beautiful goal I saw in my life. It was he went on the right wing and from really long distance scored a goal in top bin. It was crazy. And the amount of people who watch this person, the amount of people who watch his success and take example from him is millions of young athletes. I mean, maybe not here, but in Europe. Italy, France, Spain, Portugal, the whole Portugal thing. If you think about Portugal in Europe, it's going to be about him because he's the main guy there. So this is a trophy, Champions League. It's one of the biggest clubs from the whole world is playing versus each other, and he won it 5 times this week. He's won 5 times. this is the biggest like success in history. He's number one, and I want to say there is such a lot of competitiveness in this sport. Like you don't like, it's really hard to get even one. He got it 5 times. Of course, he's doing a lot of charity, and I wanted to ask you a question as well, because, for example, in Europe, it's not really, we don't really use like this. In like Ronaldo, he doesn't really show a lot of things that he does to like building schools or like helping other kids. Does a lot of like sports, like how do athletes here do this? Like, do they do charity and they show it off or not? Because I mean, in Europe, you don't really want to show it off. Maybe it's part of the Catholic religion, and you just do your thing. Because I tried to do some info about that, but I didn't really find a lot of things. So just you know, he donates a lot of money to charity, 100%, like 100%. So then this is Ballon d'Or, and this is how do you call this? A trophy, like a trophy that you get in the end of the year for the best player in the world, and he got it 5 times. Like he's the GOAT. He's the greatest of all time. And I wanna talk about like how he influenced on not only the world but on me, because this man, 39, and he like it's not about talent. He was from really poor family, but the amount of like hard work and ethic that he does. When everyone who was on the team, and he was playing for a lot of clubs, and he was playing for Portugal, everyone says he worked. He was the first one who was in the practice, and he was the last one who went off the practice. You know, and it's just a funny story that happened. It was his teammate and the journalist, the media. They asked him, "What do you think about Ronaldo?" And what everyone says, he's like such a hard-working guy. Is this true? And they said, like, they asked him, "Is it true that he was the first one who showed up in the practice and the last one who went off?" And the guy said, "I don't know, because I was the last one to show up and the first one to walk down from the practice." Yeah, and this is like mostly, and he was in the same club. So for me, because I saw him in real life, this is a bit different to talk about it, because I'm proud, you know, I can talk about it here. And it's really crazy, I can share, like, it's from different continents. Have anyone from you been in Europe? How much people? Can you raise hands, please? That's great. Are you? That's good. So, like, I'm just saying, it's really crazy I could share this story to everyone. Just so you know, there's other 7.5 billion people in the world who are sharing, like, who have different opinions, not only USA, because USA is a pretty different country. And the last story I want to tell was this, if you have time. Is it okay? The last story I want to tell is one time Ronaldo, he flew to Japan, and in Japan he's really popular. Every Asian country knows him, and he's a big influencer there. So he went there, and there's a lot of media. So imagine there's like a room like this, and they're taking interviews. There's like a lot of journalists, like I don't know, 500 of them. Only journalists and like media people and something like this. And he's just answering questions from the crowd. You know, it's part of his program that he was in Japan. And one guy really, like, he's 12-year-old, like a boy. He's a boy, little boy. He's 12 years old, and he's from Japan, and he speaks really bad English, and he speaks really bad Portuguese, even more bad. So what he did, he had like a piece of paper, and he tried to ask him questions right on the stage in front of everyone on Portuguese. You know, imagine how hard it is with his accent. And he just went, and he was saying it, but really with the hardest accent in the world. And after like 10 seconds, all the crowd started laughing at him. Because like imagine a little kid tries to ask a question, he's like a little boy, but Ronaldo, he doesn't laugh. He looks at him and say, yeah, like go on, come on, keep going. And he goes and he finishes his question, and by the end, everyone is laughing. Because this is so funny, you know? He's a little boy, he tries, but they're laughing because his accent is so bad, no one can understand him. Even Ronaldo can, but he tries to understand him. So then, he takes the microphone and says, "Hey, like, why are you laughing, everyone?" He tries his best. You're all sitting here, laughing, you don't even know nothing in English. He speaks Portuguese, my language. Come on. Like, what are you doing? and everyone just stood up and started laughing, clapping, because this is like his influence. You know how he says it. It's so great. Like no one, like how he showed this up. He let him finish the question, and then actually this kid, he's now a professional football player in Japan. He's like a huge star there. So in conclusion, I want to say that I'm really happy to be living with the same time as he lives, and I saw when I was in Spain. I'm happy that I saw him. So this has just influenced the whole world. Maybe it didn't touch America that much, but it really touched Europe and really touched my growing up. So yeah, thank you so much.
Awesome, thank you, Nikita.